Welcome back to Talk Show. I'm your host, Joe Rodriguez. It's the Paris Olympics right now. Did anyone else see Lady Gaga's opening performance? That was cool. That was very impressive and very entertaining. I'm just curious, did anyone else think that it was improvised? Like maybe she was on her private jet just shit, I gotta know French. Somebody get me a menu to Le Pain Quotidien. C'est-toi, ben-toi, c'est-toi, croissant. And her choreographer was like, Lady Gaga, we have this covered. I went to Target. I got a bunch of bean bags that are pink and shag. We're going to shake them. Just shake them. She's like, oh, good. I'm just going to go, c'est-toi, ben-toi, ben-toi, fettuccine. I mean, at one point, Lady Gaga just goes, yeah. No, I want to talk shit about Lady Gaga, but Lady Gaga is very impressive to me. It's almost like, is she a humanoid? Like, what can't Lady Gaga do? You know? I was waiting for her to pull out a quantum computer and code a website on the fly. And there's an app that goes along with it. She just invented a whole brand. It's #1 in the App Store. They're like, Lady Gaga invented this app live at the Olympics. She makes a beef Wellington. Then toi, chez toi. She delivers a baby via C-section. Then toi, she, baby. So people know the Olympics will be coming to Los Angeles in 2028. So we got to get ready, you know. Start throwing your In-N-Out bags in the trash can, bruh. I don't know what the Olympics are going to look like in LA. I was watching Karen Bass on the news on KABC, and she is just laughing. She's like, we have a lot of work to do. She does that nervous laugh. We have a lot of thinking to do. Please vote for me. I don't know if I'll be mayor at that point, but vote when I'm running for governor. We'll clean up that dog shit on 6th and 3rd. The cemented dog shit that's been on the curb. I'm not even sure it's dog shit. She's just nervous. Maybe the games will have to change to fit LA. It'll be like, who can remove a catalytic converter with their fingers? Or maybe they'll have a race and you have to merge onto the 405 and cut off a Tesla. You can only have a 1-cylinder Chevy Trax. Good luck. Who can survive? Who can walk barefoot in Skid Row without contracting hepatitis? I was surprised to learn that basketball is a sport in the Olympics. It feels really, blasé, very basic to include basketball, the game where you slap a ball with your hand and you can't hold it for too long because it's called traveling. You got to make sure you bounce it. Bounce the ball like a walrus. Get that ball bouncing. And I like to talk shit about basketball, but I can't play basketball. I can't play basketball at all. The only time I ever played basketball was in middle school, and I literally kicked the ball. They were like, oh, Joe, go back to the LGBT club. Get out of here. What are you doing in the sports arena? Come on. Get out of here, Joe. Go download Grindr. That's your future. Go learn how to knit or something. Yeah, I talk shit about basketball, but I cannot play it. And I play this game on my iPhone called Flappy Dunk, where you tap the screen and a ball goes through little hoops. It's kind of like Flappy Bird, but it's with a basketball. And if you play it really long like me, you get to buy different skins and different basketballs. And now I have this ball that's a watermelon. So I'm playing basketball with a watermelon that has wings. Because when you tap the screen, the wings on the ball make it float. It's just such a Frankenstein version of the sport. LeBron James is just outraged at this game. He's like, this is not my game. I'm really good at Flappy Dunk. Or really bad. I don't know. My highest score was 590. And I was really proud of that. I was like almost walking with better posture after I got 590 on Flappy Dunk. And then I talked to my nephews who are like, 15 or whatever. And they were like, 590? That's not even in the thousands. Like, what do you... Come back to us when you learn how to play the game. I talked to my nephews about this game, and then I realized how bad I was, because you get these things like lives, like basketballs, or maybe it's like a currency that you can buy new skins with. I have 76,000 basketballs. I don't have enough arms to bounce all those basketballs. We're going to have to hire the population of China to bounce all my basketballs. Anyways, yeah, I have 76,000. My nephew, who has a high score of like 15,000, he has like 50 basketballs. And so what that tells you is that I've been trying harder and longer than this child. Like, I was playing Flappy Dunk before he was ever conceived. I would say that I was playing Flappy Dunk before he was a spermatozoa. I'm just not athletic. I can barely play solitaire. Like, just, I don't know. Get me one of those boards that has a string and a ball, and I'll just go, and I won't even hit the ball on the spatula thing. I'll just go, and then my mom will always make me macaroni and cheese, and she'll go, "It's okay, Joe. Not all of us are cut out for this. You know what you were born to do? You were born to worry. Here's another coffee. Have some coffee with your macaroni and cheese. You're going to shit and then be worried. You're going to be stressed out. That's what you were born to do, is stress out. Maybe you'll buy a microphone and lights and just talk in your living room like a freak, like a total freak." I saw this article, okay, in the Washington Post. An Ohio man ate at an undisclosed chicken wing restaurant, which is clearly Wingstop. Okay. I mean, it could also be Buffalo Wild Wings, but he said that he had garlic Parmesan flavored boneless chicken wings. And then he started to feel a bit feverish after 3 days. The same way Melania feels after every time she sleeps in the same room as Donald Trump. She goes, this was boneless, a boneless experience. And now I'm feverish. Donald, what's the deal? Is your spray tan wearing off on me? They found a giant chicken bone in this Ohio man's throat. And he then sued the restaurant. And I guess they didn't disclose the name of the restaurant, but he sued the restaurant because he's claiming that if you read boneless on a menu, you expect no bone. And I agree. But then one of the judges said, yeah, but when you order chicken fingers, do you really think that you're ordering fingers? And I say, yes, of course. That's the chicken's fingers. Come on now. It's a chicken with thick fingers. I thought it was like a chicken that played a piano. Come on. Maybe it was just like a really fatty chicken and it had just all the fat went to its fingers. Thick fingered chicken. Come on. So the man lost because Buffalo Wild Wings has better lawyers than him. I mean, really, come on. That's what happened. You can't have a bone in a boneless chicken nugget. That's ridiculous. Boneless chicken can have a little bone in it. This is news. This is what Apple News app thinks that I need. Washington Post, keeping it real. Boneless chicken can have a little bit of bone. I don't know. I don't know what to say because I go to Wingstop. Have you been to Wingstop? They charge you a little bit more to have a bone. I've looked at this. I've studied this. And it's one of the great mysteries of life because they charge extra for the bone. If you want a wing with a bone in it, that's extra fee. Extra fee. It's like 75 cents more per pound. And yes, you're buying by the pound. You're killing a whole farm of chickens every time you order at Wingstop. Ancestors of chickens. You're ordering grandparents of chickens and their great-great-grandchildren. And it's all incestual. And then you digest that and you wonder why your stomach hurts. You dip it in sauce and you go, this is good. Maybe next time I'll try it with the bone. I just don't get it. I don't know why they're charging extra for the bone. You get more meat. You get more meat when you buy a chicken nugget. It's a chicken nugget is really what you're buying. When you get the boneless version, you're getting a chicken nugget. Like, let's be real. I need everyone to go into the comments and let's talk this out. Let's talk this out. Why the fuck am I paying extra for a bone? Do you know that you don't even eat all the meat on a chicken wing? You don't. You think about it. You don't. Are your teeth able to get into all the nooks and crannies? Absolutely not. And guess what also happens? You get little chicken tendons and veins stuck in your teeth. Those little stringy things that feel like elastic, those are chicken veins. I found out the hard way. I killed a chicken. I did not do that. No, I just heard that those stringy things are chicken veins. We have a great episode lined up for you today. Evie is back. He's here to talk about this show called The Curious Case of Natalia, which premiered on Max in 2023. The docuseries is about this couple, Christine and Michael Barnett, who adopted a dwarf orphan in 2010 and then accused her of being a full-blown adult. They said she had periods and stuff, and definitely going to want to listen into this one. Whoopsh.
I also don't care about Europe. Who cares?
It's kind of like a blob. Yes. It's just it could have been Alaska. Like, you know, absolutely. The size of Alaska?
It's 20, or what do you mean? And what
Alaska is the size of Europe, right?
No.
So they split it up so much.
There's no way.
Yeah, they did.
How do you know that? What do you mean? There's no way Alaska's the size of Europe.
Alaska's the size of Europe.
In what way?
Think about the shape.
Square footage?
Yeah. No, literally miles and shit.
What do you mean think about the shape?
Think about the shape of Alaska and then think about Europe. They're pretty close.
Hold on. I did.
And what? They're pretty close, right?
The shape has nothing to do. The shape has nothing to do with how big it is.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You know what it is? I'm just realizing I have no idea how big Alaska is.
How many times have you been to Europe?
Once.
And that was
I went to the Cannes Film Festival because I made a student film.
Yes, it was about a school shooter.
We don't say that part because that's bad.
Really?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Why was I making a film? Yeah, it was. It was about Sandy Hook. But really? I kind of regret that I ever made that. Because I mean, I thought when I was at NYU, they acted like you were going to be so like a hot, like Truffaut or Fellini, like a true auteur, yeah, or whatever. Like you had something to say, right? Yeah. What do you think? Okay, that's a question for you. What do you think you have to say? What do I think I have to say? Like, you know, me as a person? You know how people go like, man, yeah, I have something to say. What do you have to say? For somebody that converted their house into a podcast studio, I have nothing to say. You have nothing to say? I don't. Do you want a thesis statement out of me? Yeah, what's your thesis statement on life? Everyone be kind, or I don't know what. My thesis statement on life is kind of it can't end fast enough. I don't know. I didn't sign up for this. I want to be done soon. I at 70, I told you. Have I told you this? Mm-mm. And maybe I'll have you sign on at 70. Done. Once I hit on my 70th birthday, you euthanate or you put the thing on me and me. I'm in the contract. Nah, maybe you. Yeah, we're still friends. You wouldn't want Sean Penn or Robert De Niro if he's I just want to be done. And you know what's the saddest thing is that I've realized I'm gonna live a long life. I feel it in my bone, and it's gonna be a long, sad life. Other people. All right. I guess the category on the podcast genre has changed from comedy to mental health.
A long, just arduous, difficult, sad life.
Why do you think that?
No, I'm just kidding. But like, because some people are like, oh, they died young and they, like they lived a good life.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that's going to happen for me, probably. Like if you died, let's say you died tomorrow, you got in a car crash, and you think people would go, "Wow, Joe lived a full life."
This is why I need automatic braking. Oh, yeah, because I won't die in a crash. But do you think people will say I lived a full life? Not at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me too, I'm like they're kind of gonna go, "Yeah, he kind of puts it around here."
They will say, and there was a 5-mile backup on the I-5. Due to a rear-ended accident, and then like someone in the comments will go, that was actually a struggling wannabe actor who caused this whole thing. Fuck these actors and tell them to stop coming to LA.
Right.
That would be my little eulogy and blip in the history of.
You're another number.
I know. You said this thing like in your bones.
I love that
you are gonna live a long life, and I can relate.
Right?
And I always have thought that I would live to my 80s.
That's what I'm thinking too. And it sucks because I don't want to.
But do you have anything good in life that you feel good about?
No, I do. I just am like, I just do. You know what I really think is that like death is kind of like, think about peace. Okay. That's going to be death. Peace.
I disagree.
Nothing.
Because I've once had sleep apnea. And I couldn't breathe in bed. And I think that's what dying is like.
Oh, I mean, I think you're right. I think probably the experience of death will be like bad. Yeah. And you'll like know. I think you're going to fucking know.
Well, they say that you know.
That's so terrifying to me. I'm going to go, I'm dying. Like you're going to be saying that.
Well, have you ever had sleep apnea?
No.
Have you ever not been able to breathe in your sleep?
No.
Oh, I've had that.
Really?
If I lay on my back, I can't breathe. And so
why?
They call it sleep apnea. I really thought I was dying though.
But
I thought I was dying because. Well, hold on.
Wait, I know. Okay, go. You can get surgeries
like a SpongeBob
for that.
Character just then. Go on.
You can get what?
Yeah, you can get surgery for the.
You can get surgeries for that, and they change your jaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That might be good for me. I was born without a jaw.
There you go.
So my sleep apnea thing, I was having a bad dream.
Okay.
And then I was like in the dream going underwater. And maybe a car crash or something. And I was going
car crash underwater.
And I couldn't breathe.
Uh-huh.
And then it switched in my brain to where I knew I wasn't dreaming anymore.
Okay.
But I knew that I was not able to breathe in my sleep, and I had the thought that I was dying.
So I think that sounds more like sleep paralysis.
No. Maybe it was sleep apnea and paralysis at the same time.
If you're going, that's something.
Yeah, I was like,
that's not good.
It was really bad.
But you were conscious but you were not able to move?
Yeah.
Were you conscious? Like, were you like awake, but you were still in the dream somehow, or what? Or
yeah, you never been there.
I had that. You know what I had one time? Sleep paralysis.
One
come
time.
back to that. No, I've had it multiple times.
Yeah.
But one time I had it where I was in bed, and a figure came with the top hat. And he lifted his hand and he put his hand on the bed. I swear to God, this is 100% true. And then suddenly I couldn't move.
And did he say, "I am Abraham Lincoln"?
It did kind of look like Abraham Lincoln.
Stop throwing your pennies out.
But I couldn't move, and I was stuck in the thing, and I wanted to scream because I was with one of my girlfriends, and I was like one of my many girlfriends.
Okay, Leonardo DiCaprio.
But I was going, help! I was trying to say help, and I couldn't speak the words. You never had that?
That sounds rough.
It was.
I've had that. I've never had a man in a top hat.
But it's weird because I've seen, like, if you look on the internet, people have said the similar thing about the guy in the top hat. I don't know what that is.
Are you scared of like magicians maybe or
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Scared of magicians.
You know what I've had is
What?
that mine's a little more like normal. I have like floating ghost heads. Like I have,
that's scary.
well, I have woman. It's a woman's head, and she floats, and you know, I will actually come to, and I'll sit up in bed, and I'll look at the thing, and I'll be like,
And it's nothing?
yeah, and then like, boom, 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 a few seconds.
What do you
And
mean,
then
boom, boom, boom? There's a sound associated with it?
Well, that's what tick, 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 tick tock, and then
What?
no, like I'm like
The clock is ticking?
like I'm
What
like
is happening?
like I'm like looking like I'm like I'll sit up in the bed and I'll be like,
but where's the boom
and
boom
tick
coming
tock
from?
tick tock in time in
What
head.
are you saying? Time is passing? Yeah, time always passes.
Well, I'm trying to express to you the passage of time.
I know, but we're not reading a book.
Oh God, this isn't a kid's novel. I thought it was.
You're like using like you're like telling me. Are you telling me what that the clock is ticking?
Yes, tick tock,
But
tick tock.
Why can't you just tell me?
But the point is like I'm awake for a while.
There's a passage of time.
There's a passage of time. Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay.
Ba-boom, ba-boom.
Okay. Classic storytelling.
I'm just an animated storyteller, and you're just jealous. you don't use enough sound effects.
Well, yeah, that's true. What is that?
I don't know. It's a sound effect.
Wait, can I tell you about the thing? Or what were we saying? Natalia Grace.
So they're making a limited series about Natalia Grace
On Hulu.
on Hulu. It's starring Ellen Pompeo and Mark Duplass, and it's a limited series called
Is Mark
Orphan.
Duplass Michael?
I just put it together.
Michael.
He's gotta be.
No.
Oh my God, that guy's so unhinged.
Dude, can I do my Michael impression?
Yeah, please.
And it's just a look. You know, whenever he's telling a story,
Yeah.
it's always like,
I can produce the tears if you want.
that guy is so scary.
And then
Yeah.
hold your cameras. Zoom in. Zoom in.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he gets on the floor and he starts like beating the floor?
That was too much.
He's a little too much.
You know what? Can I tell you my problem with the series first of all?
Okay, so first of all, the series is called Natalia Speaks.
Grace. The Curious
Case of Natalia Grace is the first season.
Yeah,
Season
first
2
part,
is
yep.
Natalia Grace.
Uh-huh.
Natalia Speaks on HBO Max or just Max.
So basically, like it's like you see the parents' story and then you see Natalia's story, right? Is that kind of how it's set up?
Yeah.
I just like, you know what I wish? I wish that it was true. Like I wish that
It is true. What do you mean?
I wish that the like scary baby thing was true.
What is the scary baby thing? I don't remember that.
That she was an adult, like whatever. Like I wish that part of it was true because I would have been kind of. I came out of it being like, it was too not black and white, right?
Well, that's called TV. They're milking you for every.
They milked me for every second of it, and then it got super melodramatic at the end, where I was like, everyone is on camera. They're like faking it.
Yeah. And I thought about it, and season 1, in my opinion, was better than season 2.
Yeah, because you're following because you want to believe that story's true.
That she's a child. That she's actually an adult.
Because that's interesting.
Exactly.
Everything
when
else,
she's not an adult,
you're like,
it's just a bunch of frou-frou.
well, it's a bunch of abuse, which sucks.
Yeah.
And that sucks. Like,
And a
that's
bunch of
not
lawsuit,
fun.
and they have that law lady who is also unnecessarily.
I love that lady.
Beth.
Which one? The lawyer?
Her name is Beth.
Which
She's
one?
some sort of correspondent.
She was the only one I could trust. There was one lady in the entire series, and she's like the lawyer with the thing.
And she's very. And Michael.
Yes.
Michael at this stage wanted one thing, and
she-
that was
yeah.
called money.
That's good.
And she does it very big.
And she has an iPad
Yeah.
on the table. And I
Oh,
go,
she has an iPad?
I trusted her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's the only one I could trust in the entire series. That was a good impression, Beth.
But thanks. I was waiting to do that for a long time.
Oh, really?
Well, I knew we were going to talk about this,
really?
but you know what I think is, where the fuck did they find this lady?
Which one?
They went
That
to
lady?
an actor studio for the whole show, and they said, "You're going to audition for Michael," and they went to the Groundlings or something, and
It seems insane.
they're all wacky.
They're all wacky.
What school of acting would you think that Michael was from? Like, is he Shakespearean? I say method. Like, I feel like he goes
Dude,
through life,
he's
and it's
so-
all like a character study to be
He also
crazy.
dresses like a middle schooler. Like he has like a penguin on his shirt, and I go, in what world? Like,
yeah,
in what world would I buy a shirt with a penguin on it?
right. He's allowed to have
Never.
T-shirts. Come on. And he has that little Mazda that's not a Porsche.
And also, when he shaves he literally shaved like 1 inch of a thing, and suddenly it became sideburns.
Yeah, in season 2, he grew big like Elvis Presley sideburns.
And I was like, that might look kind of cool.
Do you think that he like went through trial and he was like, I'm fucking free, and then he grew the sideburns and
He's a madman.
yeah.
And you know what I didn't like was when I didn't like when they made the kid, they kind of like jinxed him.
What
When
do
he
you
goes
mean?
up the stairs and he's like, yeah, and we pushed her down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like that part.
Do you think it was set up? So for the people that don't know, he goes upstairs, they're doing interviews, and he's still mic'd. And
Right.
he goes upstairs,
You think
and
what
then
was
he's
set up?
saying something to Michael under his breath, but
About
it's still
pushing her down
very
the
clear.
stairs.
Yeah. And also the camera is like able to catch their legs. Like,
Well, you know the Jinx, that's kind of like the whole premise of that one.
oh right, like a gotcha moment.
Yeah.
I saw the Jinx season 2.
You've never seen season 1,
Nah, because I was just I
Season
heard
one's
what
good.
happens pretty much.
which is that he's in the.
Well, that he admits to it off camera, and then they.
But did you ever see that moment?
Well, apparently so what? Who's the billionaire again?
Roger Durst or something?
Oh yeah, Robert.
Robert Durst.
He went to the bathroom and he was still mic'd up, and then they.
But what is he? He goes like, "Oh God."
He goes, "Of course I killed them all."
God.
No, he really goes, "Of course I killed them all,"
In
and
what
then they
world-
use that to
In what
find him
world would
guilty.
you ever do that though? Like, I guess he had just come off the interview.
You know, I thought to myself, I would do that.
I feel like you would do that for sure.
I'm too loose. I have too loose of lips. I
Yeah.
say whatever. I really say whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a little too loose, but hopefully I don't kill anyone. I'm not planning on it, at least.
Did I ever tell you about that? What that happened to me when I was filming that short film?
Which short film you've been in? 5,000.
Yeah, all the USC student films.
Yeah.
I was I was filming the short film, the one with the shopping carts, and I went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom. I was done shooting. This is a little bit embarrassing. It came out a little too much. Or no, I had like diarrhea or like onset diarrhea.
I wasn't sure if you were like saying too much or you
No.
were shitting too much.
I'll just say it. But like I went and I shit and it came out beforehand, preemptively. So I got some on my underwear.
Oh my God.
So I finish up in the bathroom and I go, fuck. I'm like, I don't know if they need me still. So like I get in my car and I drive to Target. There's a Target 5 minutes away. Cause I'm going to buy like new underwear. Like I'm going to whatever. And in the car, I'm going, fuck, I shit myself. Oh my God, I fucking shit myself. Like I need new underwear. I fucking shit myself. And then I realize I'm mic'd still. And so the fucking mic is still on. And I'm hoping that I'm like out of range, but like if this ever comes out, I'm like, it's the most embarrassing thing in the world. Cause
The audio engineer was dying laughing.
he was like, oh wow, this guy shit himself.
Was everyone looking at your pants when you came back? Or
Well, I did come back and I was like hi guys.
they were like, where were you? That was a long bathroom trip.
And then they didn't even need me at the end of it.
Oh my God.
I know. You know how sometimes they make you stay because in case you...
I hate that. Yeah, acting is hurry up and wait, and you got to sit around in case you're a blurry arm in the next shot or whatever.
Yeah.
Literally, like I've been in shoots where they're like, "Oh, stay around in case we need you in the background." Like,
they keep
what?
you around. Yep.
It's crazy.
But I can understand. Well, can't you understand that though from a filmmaking, perspective?
Yeah.
You're like, you never know if you need coverage or whatever.
Right. You know, I was in a Credit Karma commercial.
They're just
shut up
standing
about
all their accolades.
No, so I was in a Credit Karma commercial, and
I do remember that.
They put the mic in.
Yes,
at the beginning of the day, and I thought the DP was attractive.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so stupid because I sat in the car, and I said to the other actor, I said, "I want that guy to choke me."
Oh my God. See, that's why, like, yeah, you can't say anything. It's like the Trump thing, like.
Oh, grab her by the pussy?
Yeah, like, it's like, when you're on the set and stuff, like, you just, you can't talk.
Yeah, all the attention is on you.
And I talk to myself. Do you do that?
Not really. That's what when you said that you were like, "Oh my God, I shit myself."
I talk to myself. Like I'll be walking in Silver Lake, and I'll be like having an animated conversation with myself, and I think people can see me and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?"
Actually, I did do that in Trader Joe's the other night, and I was even singing and like. You know what? I have this thing where it's like almost where the more people are present, I become that much more anonymous, and then I just act like a clown.
You act out.
I act out.
I think you don't get enough attention at home.
At home? You mean my whole life?
Or yeah, in your entire life.
We just went to Panera Bread, and I don't know if you saw there was like a person who was experiencing homelessness. Huh?
The guy who dropped the lighter?
Yeah. Did you see he sat next to us and started laughing at us?
No, I didn't.
Because we were talking about our relationships, which apparently is really funny.
Yeah, probably. But that used to happen to us a lot, remember?
Yeah, we used to walk around Target and people were like flabbergasted by the things we would say. But we would say really rough things.
Really? Rough.
Oh, fuck this and dick that and pussy
No,
this.
come
Oh, yeah,
on.
we were a bunch of scoundrels. I can't believe we haven't been banned from a Target.
No.
All right, maybe it wasn't
We were
that bad.
polite.
So, what else did you think about the show? Like, what do you think? Do you think that she was actually a child or?
I think it's like, this is like the boring answer is that like no one is in the right. Like everyone is, well, not that no one's in the right. Like, I think the parents abused her.
Yeah.
Which sucks that they're wrong for that.
Yeah.
But I think Natalia was probably like a troubled child. Like,
she was troubled.
Well, like I think she had a rough, I could imagine her like acting out.
Like, you think she picked that knife up and stuff and
maybe, but like
actually threw the toys in the road?
But I don't think that justifies what the parents did. I'm just saying, like, if a kid acts out, no one knew how to deal with her because she was acting out.
Right. Do you think that she had a period?
Yeah, like that stuff I don't know.
I couldn't get to a hard conclusion with that.
Or like the breast. And what I don't understand is like everyone that encounters her goes, "That's an adult. That's an adult."
In the first season, they do.
No, and even in the second.
Really?
Or like when she goes to that hospital and they're like, she gets very sexual with everybody. I go, what's going on here?
The hospital was out of left field for me, and I could not place. Either. I feel like they needed another episode, and they were like, we need to make up
footage.
Something about the hospital. It just felt so like thrown in there, but I for a long time I talked about it on stage.
Wait, but then the ending? She's like now having problems with that other family with her, like, and that was another thing. This is another thing that I hate. Why are like people who are so nice always have to be associated with God? Like nice.
What do you mean?
Question marks or quotation marks.
I don't know what you mean. Maybe in America as a whole?
Yeah, like people who do these like like that guy was so nice in taking her in and whatever. And I'm like, but he's doing it all through the lens of like God. Like people
the bishop?
Yes.
She calls a bishop her dad.
Antoine. I think
do you think they're
Antoine.
fucking?
There was a little element of like...
They're fucking, right? I mean, right?
I just can't see Natalia as like a sexual like being. But maybe she's got a freaky side.
Yeah, and you know, if you're gonna ask me because I feel like you're not gonna. But like I
Hey,
totally.
what do you think about this series?
No, you're supposed to say, "What do you think, Joe? Like, do you think she's a kid?"
Is that how
And I
conversation
would-
happens?
I have an answer for this prepared.
Okay, wait.
What
So-
if she's 54?
No.
What if they're all wrong?
No.
And she actually bets on horse races
No.
and smokes menthols.
No. Now, you mean? Look at her now.
like when they adopted her.
But like the dentist said she was a kid. And look at her when she
The
was a
dentist
kid.
did, yeah.
She acts like a kid. And she acts like a now 19-year-old or however the fuck old she is.
Well, she was 22 at the end of the series, right?
But doesn't she kind of act like that?
Yeah, she's young and upset. I mean, I don't know. You look at her face and I think she looks young. And they all tried to make her out to be old looking. Remember she goes on that play date with the other dwarf and the...
You can't say that.
So I looked
Little
it up
person.
before we got into this conversation.
Oh, really?
The politically correct term is dwarf.
All right, whatever.
How do you feel? No, because
Because why?
because I heard dwarf and I'm like,
You
that
know what it
sounds
is?
fucked up.
I have, you know what's, I'm starting to go, well, don't ask me what I think, because I don't know.
Well, you gotta
people
do-
need to
you
stop.
gotta be-
I don't need to have an opinion on what those people want to be called. Don't ask me.
You don't need to have an opinion on it.
Somebody asked me, is it okay to say
You are
Latinx? And I go, I don't speak for all Latin people, first of all.
Who asked you that? A casting director? Who asked you that?
I'm not going to name names.
So you said,
But I'm just saying, like, what do I I don't have any, don't listen to me.
you just don't want to go down this road, is what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, like, when people go, oh, that's not PC or something, you
Right.
know what's PC and what's not, I guess.
Well, that you know what the first letter is? P, political. How is it political? How did it become political? It's not political.
You're like Bill Maher.
None of this was political. No, really. Like, how did
woke
PC?
agenda.
No, really.
It's the
I
woke
mean, there's
agenda.
some people that you talk to and you cannot get through a single sentence.
You know what the real problem is?
No.
I'll tell you.
All right.
No, I don't know. I just think I don't know. What were we saying?
I don't know. But if you want to go back to Natalia, I have a lot to say.
Okay. Let's hear your take on it.
Okay, so if you believe that she was a child, right? And do you feel like that show concluded with she was a child and the parents were fucked up?
Yeah, I think so.
So they're making a show on Hulu called Orphan with Ellen Pompeo and Mark Duplass.
How much are you getting for that? Because you said it twice
Shut the
now.
fuck up. It's happening. I was shocked to find this out. They're making this show, and that you read the little byline that they created. It's not officially a log line, but it's like information for the press. It's about how a couple adopts a daughter, and then poor them, they find out that they adopted an adult.
Yeah, that's
so
fucked.
then we're going back to she's an adult.
See, that's fucked though. Like, I this is what I think is. I think Natalia gets fucked in all of this. Like, I feel bad for her because it's
No,
like,
I don't. You want to know something? She's making a lot of money. I looked into story rights. You know,
Yeah.
story rights to somebody's life.
But is that happiness?
When they did Inventing Anna, is money happiness? I
guess
mean,
in
what
this
else
system-
is?
in this
Nothing's
system, yeah.
happiness. There is no happiness.
I agree with that. That's what I agree with. And you know, Inside Out 2, they talks a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Inside Out
What
2
did you
is
think
really
of
good.
Inside Out?
I
2?
loved Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
And you need to see it specifically.
I saw Inside Out 1 and I got a little lost because I went to the kitchen to wash dishes while all the exposition was happening, and then I came back and they're watching marbles, like Snapchat stories. Like
Marbles
if
is
you
not,
hold it,
it's a memory.
yeah.
Yeah, the marbles are memories. How is that difficult to understand?
I don't know.
It's not that difficult to it's a memory.
Do you have those characters in your head? Do you think that you had
No.
those characters in your head?
No, but I do think like with the anxiety one felt like more. I was like, oh yeah, like anxiety does feel like that. Like it takes over your life,
Yeah.
and then you start to like do things like based on that anxiety. thought.
You have anxiety?
I think I do. I mean, I think everybody for the most part has some form of anxiety.
Yeah.
But like in this case, like the anxiety things, spoiler alert, whatever, but the anxiety starts to take over and like make all the decisions for the kid. And so like all the other emotions go away. And that doesn't that kind of feel like that sometimes where you're like let's say you have an anxious thought. What's an anxious thought?
Oh God. That like, I have eye syphilis or something. Like I have cancer.
Right. So you have let's say that you think you have cancer and that's like the anxiety. And then slowly that starts to take over all of your thing and you start to like look up WebMD or you like schedule a doctor's appointment. Like you start to do all of these things that to ease that anxiety, but it only gets worse and worse and worse.
You know why I feel like, and I'm going to toot my own horn. I feel like I like conquered it in a way. I mean, I
you found
really,
the cure?
Well, no, I mean, I'm much better now at like seeing when a thought is actually an anxious thought.
Yes. And I think that's the important thing. No. Because I just talked to my therapist about this, but it's like recognizing that it's anxiety, even just recognizing like, oh, that's just an anxious thought. And then you go, all right,
yeah,
I'm okay. Like if you can then go say, I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's the fucking key right there.
Yeah. And you know, what's crazy is that like, I still have thoughts that I consistently think I have ALS and like, it's always related to
ALS.
my
Is that the
health.
one where you like start to deteriorate or that's MS?
I don't know. It might be Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh yeah,
some variation of that. But my hand twitches. I'm like, do I have it? All this to be said is like sometimes I will be down a spiral in my brain of like oh shit, like I'm for sure having Parkinson's. And then I ask myself like, when was your most recent coffee?
Yeah.
And it's always like 10 minutes ago.
So coffee's a thing.
It's coffee that fucks me up.
And you know what I think about coffee? Although
and that's how you started this out, by saying that nothing is happy in life because you don't drink coffee. Coffee will make you think, fuck yeah.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. You look at Inside Out and you go, okay, there's all these complex emotions and all this shit. And then you introduce coffee to it. Like, I would like to see that movie where it's like coffee coming in and fucking up with all these people.
Inside Out 3.
Yeah.
And then she actually goes inside out because she shits her pants. And the characters have to come out into the toilet.
They should make a movie where it's inside out and then everyone is like flesh.
They're inside out.
Inside out.
Well, okay, save me $20. Is she a lesbian? Or
yeah. Why? Why do you say that? There was a hint. There was hints of that. So this is a
spoiler for people. Like if they're listening, there was a hint.
Yeah, that's so fascinating because I watched it and I'm like, does she have a crush on this girl? Because, yeah.
Well, so I didn't realize this, but I watched it with my boyfriend. I watched the first one, and he pointed out that how they show the mom and dad's internal characters?
Yeah.
They were all cisgender in the gender of the person. Whereas she has many genders. So, or, different genders. And so he was like, supposedly what the rumors are online is that she's non-binary or something.
All of the ones of the parents are one, like they're all male.
Yeah. For the dad.
For the dad. And then they're all female for the mom.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So is she?
Well, but
did you see Inside Out 2?
I did see Inside Out 2. You
saw it?
It's not like she like fucking goes down on this girl. Like
oh, come on. There's no fellatio?
It's literally it's all like subtlety. Like I think she like I'm like pretty sure she has a crush on her because she's like the whole movie's based on her liking this like or like wanting to be like this hockey player. And she plays hockey, so
hockey is a tell. But that's stereotypical.
That's stereotyping. But it's funny. I like nowadays that you kind of go, you like clock it and then you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, it was like more overt, right? Like this character is gay. Like this character is whatever.
Yeah. Is is trans or yeah.
I like when it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like,
Well, you just hit it on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Can we just not care? Like, is that an option?
I think that's where we're trying to get to, probably, right? Is where like,
what?
That would
And
be
you say
awesome.
we, and I hope that's a lot of people, because I don't feel like that. Like with a lot of people, I feel like it's just such a big narrative that, like, you know, that you just can't hear the end of it. Is the trans and the. But it's fine, you know, and sometimes I go,
what are you saying?
No, well, I don't even know. But sometimes I go, like, people who are, you know, of a different gender or of a different sexuality.
Well, but I think the problem is that, like, people that, because they're not accepted, there's this like group of people who aren't accepted. So then the other people have to be like, no, I am, like, you have to fight for that acceptance. And sometimes it comes like with a level of aggression, which, like,
well, exactly. So that is exactly what I was just going to say. That my dad always goes, why do gay people have to never shut up about being gay?
But yeah, because there's people that don't want them to be gay.
Maybe they go through so much opposition that
that's what I'm
they
saying.
Don't shut up about it because it's become such a big issue.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because they're feeling the opposition, they then have to, like, you know, combat it by being like, no, I am here. We're here. We're queer. We're ready to party, or whatever. Whatever the thing is.
I never thought I would hear those words coming out of your mouth.
But that's awesome. But I'm saying, but the goal is that, like I read about the Aztecs, and they used to just fuck each other, like, everybody in the tent. Boom, guy, girl, boom. Let's all just fuck. And nobody batted an eyelash, and no one was like, oh, he's gay or they're lesbian or whatever. It was just a lot of fucking. And and it's like, yeah, unfortunately, we then, you know, there's like the whole, I don't know,
sometimes
religions.
I think
But unfortunately, like, in Western culture, there's like religion that then goes, no, it says it here that you're not supposed to be gay or whatever.
Right. There's always some organization going,
but the truth
this
is,
and that, and the,
you know,
Target said it's okay to be gay, so now it's okay. Or
it's a very, like, West specific thing, I think. It's just so weird. Like, homosexuality exists in, like, animals and nature and stuff, but, like, the only things that have hangups about it are humans. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why do we have such hangup about it? I have no idea. Like,
I have no idea.
Seahorses fuck each other, or like.
Do you blame, like, kids? I kind of blame kids.
What do you mean, kids?
Like, it wouldn't be such a big deal if, like, think about it. If you're a guy and you want to, or a girl, and you want to try different things, try the different things. Why is it?
But what is it?
Why is it? Like, why can't you go to the family gathering and go, how was your day, John? Ah, it was good. I jerked off my friend for the first time, but it wasn't for me after all. And they go, oh, cool. How's science class going? And it was that
but you think
casual of a conversation. Maybe then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But maybe because he's been bullied and that's what's called
normative
toxicity.
Heteronormative toxicity.
Yeah. Well, you know, like, maybe that's what fucked everything up.
Well, that's why it's a very societal thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know how kids are like, oh, what are you, gay? You know, like, they're gay.
Jesus.
Well, that's what they do.
I've never seen a kid do that.
You never got called gay?
Yeah, I got called gay.
And it was a negative thing.
Everyone got called gay. And you know what was...
But then it put a thing around gay.
Absolutely. Which, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is kids' fault.
Well... well, I don't know. I don't understand that.
I wanted to go say about Natalia Grace.
Oh, we're going back to that? Yeah.
Okay, so I just want the soundbite. So, you know, Inventing Anna.
Do you want to look into the camera?
Yeah, you know, coming to Hulu. So, you know...
no, I never... I don't watch anything. You're lucky that I watched Natalia Grace.
I'm lucky,
you're lucky,
or you're lucky because I gave you my HBO password.
That's true. Thank you. That was very kind of you. You had my Netflix for a long time, so it seems
and I don't have it anymore.
You know what I do have is Canopy, the library.
What's that?
The Los Angeles Public Library gives you Canopy, and you can watch free movies.
Like what? Bambi?
No, they have like a lot of like art movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you want that, I could let you borrow that.
On VHS or?
Yeah, it's all. No, it's all no, Canopy is like a site. It's like a streaming site.
It's a streaming platform?
Yeah. Wait, say the thing about Natalia Grace.
So she's going to absolutely get money from Hulu when they're making a story called
You
Orphan.
care so much about money.
Well, of course. All I've wanted to say for a fucking hour was that for inventing Anna, they gave the actual Anna $320,000.
Okay.
For the series, for the limited series.
That's nothing. I would blow through that in a year.
We know how you live. Yeah, we know you have a lot of money because you're borrowing people's streaming platforms.
I'm hemorrhaging money right now.
Okay, we can get into that. All that to be said is that like they gave Natalia Grace
More
money.
than that?
You think that Hulu did? Well, I'm not saying more than that.
But actually, though, $320,000 doesn't seem like that much. $320,000.
That's a lot of fucking money. Why is that not a lot of money?
Oh, but it's just a story rights.
Just a story rights.
Oh, I see.
Story.
Actually, that's. Yeah, would you ever do that?
Sell away my story?
Yeah,
1,000%. You can have it. You wouldn't?
if they ever make a movie about depression.
Wow.
$320,000 though, not that much.
Yeah.
I still think.
For your story life, you think your life is more interesting?
But you know what you got to do is you put $100,000 in a whatever of 501 or what is it?
A 501k?
No, no, a fucking S&P 500.
The stock market?
Yeah, an index fund.
Oh, so now you like index funds? Do you own an index fund or?
No, I'm kind of against the stock market.
Yeah.
And I think it's a cruel game that people play.
Well, if you buy an index fund, it's safer. Warren Buffett believes in an index fund.
Absolutely, but then I don't know. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, but how do you make money?
I'm not. You know what I realize is like my day-to-day is good. You know what I find joy in? Eating a Panera sandwich.
Right, which we just did.
And that was good.
It's gone down. Panera Bread has really gone down.
Really? I liked my sandwich.
What kind of sandwich did you have?
Turkey bacon.
Well, bacon will solve a lot of things.
You put bacon on anything?
It really is.
God,
it's a fat
so
stick.
Good.
It's a salty fat stick.
Bacon is so good.
And you throw in a little smoke hint of smoke. I think Panera Bread is fucked up because every time I walk through the door, it smells burnt.
It did smell burnt.
What is burning?
Remember we were there
the bags of soup?
I wish you would have gotten a soup and I could have dipped my bread in your soup.
Oh, that's why you wanted me to get soup.
I wanted you to get soup.
Because when we were checking out, you said, "Are you getting soup?"
I know. I was a little selfish kind of a thing.
Also, we checked out on iPads and you tipped. Why'd you do that?
They got me.
For somebody that's making no money.
It's an instinct. For someone that's making no money, I spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it. I'm kind of living it. Money comes and goes. You know that?
Uh-huh.
In my life, I've had money. In my life, I've had no money.
Yeah.
And it's.
Have you ever had like $0?
Yeah.
Zero?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What did you do? When I was working at Warner Brothers, do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
And I lived in that studio.
Oh yeah. And you had roaches, and you never threw the trash out.
No, it was. I am very messy though. I need to get better about that.
Oh really? I recently got really clean.
Yeah, it's clean in here.
A little. It's easy when you're in a relationship and they clean a lot, but like.
Does he clean?
He cleans a lot
in here.
He does.
That's nice.
He doesn't wash the dishes very much, but
That's
I told you that.
Service.
Would you fuck Natalia Grace? Would you?
No comment.
I followed her on Instagram.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There is something about her that's like.
So you would?
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm hearing that you would.
I mean, she's an adult.
Well, now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, I totally think the family's fucked up because Christine
seems like she's a bad girl. She seems like she'd be a fun time.
Oh God.
For like a year, she fucks up your life.
She's freaky deaky.
Absolutely. I mean, did you see? That was another thing. Like, why did they kind of like with all those like pictures that she sent?
Oh yeah.
They kind of like threw her name under the.
They really did, and they like built a case against her,
Absolutely.
but she still got away with it somehow.
Yeah, she seems like bad, like trouble.
Yeah, and she made the kid piss on the bed. That's
fucked.
Weird shit.
Yeah, that's fucked. I felt bad. The oldest kid was the other one that I was like, I like this kid.
The genius.
Yeah.
You liked him? He's the one that said he pushed her down the stairs.
Well, but I think he was probably manipulated to do that. The mom made him, and he was a kid. Like you never pushed anyone downstairs.
I'm trying to think about like what the most fucked up thing I ever did was.
As a kid?
I mean, when I was like a horny, like teenager, I put my dick in the pool jets.
Oh, that's like a thing. Yeah.
That's a thing?
Or like I've heard that before.
It
does that
felt
do anything?
Really good.
Really?
Yeah. And I tried it the other day at a hot tub and it did not feel the same. Do you feel like your sex drive went down? I have no sex drive.
Yeah, it like comes and goes.
It really does. And it used to be like at a 200%, and now it's at like a struggling 50%.
That happens though.
I get horny one day a year when I,
testosterone goes down, I think.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I follow Natalia Grace on Instagram, and she has like a couple of posts, but she's with her bishop daddy, and
so they're still together.
He's a father figure to her.
But I'm saying like she's still part of the family. She seemed very happy with that family.
Yeah.
But then the little kid was like, yeah, she bit me one time.
She bit me, yeah.
She's trouble, I'm telling you. But I don't think she was a killer. Like,
Do you think she was teething when she bit?
No, she was a fully formed adult, you idiot. Oh, wait, you got... Apple News?
I got some Apple Wallet action going on.
And what happened?
Ooh, $14.
And what happened?
I think this is for dinner.
Who sent you that?
None of your business.
Come on, tell me. I got a piece so bad.
Andy Cohen. Did you do anything special for Father's Day or?
No, I had a show.
Where?
The Groundlings Theater in school. Did you do anything? Did you call your dad?
I texted him, and then he immediately called me. But I was in San Francisco, and I tried to send him a gift card, and he said, "I don't want any of your money. I have to get my prostate sampled."
Again?
And they're going to do 24 snips on my prostate.
Why is he... I feel like he's always getting his prostate handled. Did I ever tell you my medical scare? I didn't tell you that?
Mm-mm.
I have... Did I tell you about my testicle?
Oh, yeah. Something happened with it.
Yeah.
Someone sucked it too hard?
Yeah.
No, what happened?
No, I have a varicose vein on it. Go get your testicles checked, everybody.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, go get your magnifying glass. And I was going to say, we're good.
No, anyway, but it was scary. I thought I had, like, cancer or something. I was feeling a lot of pain, and the pain ran through my fucking leg. It was, like, all throughout my leg. And I was in pain.
Was it, like, a shooting pain, or?
It was a shooting pain. And I always kind of had problems with that testicle.
What?
But I never, like, I was always like, nah, it's fine. Like, I'll be fine.
It's a tricky testicle.
And then I go, and and they're like, they do a ultrasound, and they're like, you have a varicose vein. Apparently varicose veins can exist anywhere.
Even on your
balls. Yeah.
And so what do they got to do about it? Laser it? Laser varicose vein removal?
You just kind of live with it.
But you live in pain?
Well, she's like occasionally it'll like swell up and like whatever, but don't worry too much about it. And she was like, you got to wear these underwear up. She goes, tug up so that it's holding your balls.
Do you need support?
Yeah.
I have underwear that really grab things, and I think that's bad.
That really grabs things?
Well, it's supporting. And I go, that's bad.
No, it's good. That's good.
I want loose.
No, you can't let them hang loose.
I want my balls to shake in the wind. Like, I want them loose.
Or maybe some people can't. I honestly don't know, but she told me no. She almost told me wear a cup. Like, she would start wearing a cup. I start wearing a sports cup.
And actually try out for football if you can. That probably will do you
That
wonders.
might be a good thing
then
for
you
you.
can actually grow some balls.
Wow.
Whoosh. All right, that's today's episode. If you'd like to watch videos of today's conversation, be sure to go to our YouTube Talk Show Podcast, handle Talk Show Joe Evie. You can also watch clips on my Instagram, Joe Rodriguez Comedy 1. Make sure to smash the 5-star rating button on your Apple Podcasts app or wherever you're listening. We'd appreciate the reviews. We'll see you next week.